I'm sure more than half of us go out riding our motorcycles just like this. Jeans and a t-shirt. And I'm sure there's two key reasons why that is. Number one being motorcycle gear isn't always very comfortable or breathable. And number two, it's usually pretty darn expensive. But in this video, I'm going to show you my favorite motorcycle jacket that I have been using for over a year. I actually bought another one. I like it so much, and it is not going to break the bank. That is the Alpinestars Venture R. This is the one I've been using for over a year, heck, probably almost 2 years. So I'm going to show you the wear and tear on it. But again, I liked it so much, I went ahead and picked up another one. And since it's been out for a while, again, you can find it super cheap. Now, Alpinestars did just release a new version of this. I believe it's called the XR. Fortnite actually just covered it in his most recent video, but that one will break the bank. Now, firstly, and most importantly, I think is the sizing of this jacket. And this is why I always wear a lot of Alpinestars gear, whether it be their boots, their jackets, their gloves, or whatever, is for me, they just fit really good. I'm right at 6 feet tall. I got, again, that longer torso, and their sizes are true to fit. So this is a large on me, and it fits absolutely perfect. It's the other size I've been using there as well. You got a flexibility in it. It's not tight in my shoulders or my armpits or my arms or anything like that. Even when I zip it up, it's not tight or pinching me. It's not uncomfortable. Now I want to give you a quick rundown and look over of the jacket. Right now you're looking at the backside, and you can see you got that print back there. I don't think it's obnoxious. Each color has a different type of design or print. As you can see, the brown one has it in tan. They make an orange one, and again, some other ones that'll be a little different, but I don't think it looks too bad. Right back here, you're seeing a vent system. So that opens up back there. Now you see you get to the mesh of the jacket, and you can open them up just a little bit or zip them up to prevent that air from going. What that does is actually help the air. So if you got it unzipped or on the sleeves, which we'll get to, or on the front, it's going to let that air pass through back here so your jacket's not ballooning. We all have done that before when you wear just a basic store-bought jacket or heck, even rain gear. It just balloons up and feels like it's pulling you off the bike. So really cool to unzip those. Let that breathe out back here. Now, this on the bottom here, I guess, is a little pocket. It's pretty big. It goes through the entire back bit there. I don't know what you'd put back there because you're not really going to get anything from back there. So I'd never use that back pocket, but again, it is there. Now, one thing I really like, and I'm going to kind of jump around here a bit, but up here, if you guys can see, it says H2O, and this collar is really soft, by the way. So it's not going to be those rough collars kind of hitting you whenever you're riding, but it says H2O, and you can have your straw or your little, whatchamadingle, camel pack straws sipping out of that, because on the inside, right here, you can see you can unvelcro this and slap a bladder in there. You even have these little Velcro hooks in there to hold the bladder. Or if you want, you can put some back protection in there. I've put water bladders in here before, and it makes your jacket quite heavy, so it's not my favorite thing to do. I tend to carry a bottle with me, but again, it's really cool that you do have that if you're on a much longer ride, so you don't need a book bag with you. But we'll get back to the inside. I want to get back to these arms right here. So as far as this material on the arms and then the front of the jacket and then the back that we're looking at there, you'll have to look on Alpinestars to get the actual type of fabric, but it's that really rough stuff. This stuff over here is like water repellent, so if it's a little drizzle, you're not going to feel it come through you. Up here on the arms, you got this silky material, kind of soft like you saw on the collar up there. That's the same bit. So even if this arm ventilation is zipped up, you're still going to get a nice airflow right here. But again, that is also going to remove any waterproofing right there. But again, super nice. You can zip this down. You got that mesh. You have more air coming through. So again, that plays into part with that air right here. And then if you got those back ones open, that air is just flowing through. But again, as far as the core material, it's very nice, and it's not stiff, right? Like the MSR gear I recently covered, it's pretty stiff gear, really nice for the winter. But down here in the south where it's pretty spicy, you know, this is flexible, maneuverable material, so you move around and you got plenty of ventilation going in and out. Right down here, you got a nice big old pocket, a couple holes right down there, let air out or water or whatever. But again, really nicely lock in there. And they're not those pockets with the back mesh. You do got the mesh on the inside here. But again, you got that rough, nice, solid fabric there. And then the inside also has that. I don't know about you, but me personally, I don't like putting my stuff in a pocket that just has this mesh out on the outside. I got some other jackets like that, and they just rip if you got a big phone in it or something like that. So really nice, heavy duty pocket right there. Oh, by the way, right up here, can you see it in the camera? You got this hydration bit as well. So it goes from that back out of that hole down here, and then you can loop your straw right down there so it's not flapping around on you a whole bunch. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about this jacket, again, living down south here, so you're riding off-road, it's getting super spicy. You can see this is tucked over here, over the zippers, which again helps with that water-resistant bit. Again, you got that zipper down there. So you can take this, I think it's all the way down here tucked into the armpits. you can take this, unzip it, and actually take the sleeves off both sides of this jacket and turn it into a vest. So now if it's super hot out there, like, it's just doing everything you need. Now, as far as the inside of the jacket, as you see, you do have all that lightweight mesh on you right there, which again helps out with that breathability. You do have that water bit that I showed you back there. Your only pocket you're gonna have inside is one of these small mesh pockets, which is mesh on mesh, unlike the front pockets, which you actually have that really nice firm material, so nothing's going to rip out of it. I wouldn't put anything too valuable in this over here, but you do got two layers. You got the mesh pocket and then a mesh outer lining, so it's not just a straight up pocket right there. So I'd probably trust this a little bit more than the other ones. Again, going up to the collar here, you do have that really nice soft material, so when it's around your neck, it's not really bothering you or anything. Now, to really justify and solidify this review here, I want to show you the one that I've been using for well over a year here. This is the brown one, so it's probably not going to look too dusty, even though I ride in the dirt quite a bit. You can see it holds a little bit back here on the collar if that locks in on the camera. As far as the padding or the little abrasion resistant bits over here, it does crinkle up. Let me pull that into the camera, see if you guys can see that a little bit better. You'll probably see it better on the elbows over here. You'll see some of that, right? Some of that abrasion and some of that starting to peel off. I don't really know why that's there because, again, it's not padding or anything. It's just an extra cover over it. And I do throw my jacket in the washer, and I do a lot of off-roading. I crinkle it up, throw it in my bag, so it takes some abuse. Hold up. I forgot to show you something super cool and hidden on this jacket, which I never knew about for over a year using the other brown one. I just found this out. So as you see over here, this is the sleeve. It's off the jacket. But anyways, you got the little cinch bit here for Velcro to tighten it up around your gloves if you want. But anyways, underneath that, I was putting a whole handful of glove through this jacket once, and it just popped out in here. I was like, oh my gosh, did I just ruin the liner of my jacket? Well, no, it's actually this inner liner bit that will peek out a little bit right here. You can see you got that same fabric as out here, and then this elastic bit. So if you got longer gloves, you can take it over, cinch it off, block the air from coming up your arms. Or if you got smaller gloves, take these and pull it around it. I've been on rides with the highway with this jacket. Again, the sleeves are tucked in, and I had air just going up in there because I don't wear long gloves, you know, that go, whatever you call them, ones that go all the way up your arm here. I was like, son of a gun, this would have been so helpful. Something little like this makes such a huge difference. Again, especially in cold weather or longer rides. Super cool. Now I want to take you for a really quick ride and show you a couple cool things about this jacket. One of my favorite things about this jacket, especially for me, or maybe you, depending on where you live, but I live down south. It's hot, it's humid, it's just, again, a spicy climate. And the cool thing about this, again, with this material right here, there's always a little bit of airflow coming through, right? Of course, you got it coming through up there on your gloves if you got them open, but again, right there, you got that little bit of air. So you're never like, feel like you're trapped and enclosed into this like heat box. You know, of course, you got all the other zippers, which you can just zip down. Just did that with one hand, a couple tugs, and then you got that opening right there. And you just got even more airflow. And again, with those zippers in the back, which let the air cycle through the entire jacket, so it's coming in and then going out there, you're not turning into a balloon and feeling like you're getting tugged off the bike. So if you're in a hot climate like myself, I know you can relate. Like, a lot of motorcycle gear is heavy and, again, just too hot. And you don't want to wear it, right? So you're putting, again, I don't know, safety or yourself at risk, but again, putting some sort of gear on like this that's still breathable, and again, you still feel protected at the same time, is a complete win. Now I want to do a quick test over here on the highway, and this is going to be a scientific test here. We're going to get up to speeds of 65, 70-ish, and this is going to be called the flap test, because I want to see how much this actually flaps in the wind. Again, that can be pretty annoying if you're on long rides and it's just constantly flapping around and beating up on you. You can see both sides a little bit out here on the outer bit, but it's not beating me up. See over there, of course, I got the windshield on, and you can see this is a flap test. Now I also want to do one more flap test here. As I showed you these cool little inner cuffs that I recently found out about, which are incredibly hard to get out if you're just sitting here. So let me pull my hand into it, and then I'm going to pop them out. Again, I've been using this jacket for like a year, and I never even knew this existed, because if I went on a long highway ride, right, this jacket did get some gusts going up it, but then I found these little cuffs that come out there, and you can just tuck it around, or of course if you got gloves that can go over it, you can do that. Anyways, let's go ahead and test this out real quick on another little stint of highway here and see if we notice any difference. And we got one arm regular in this one with that cuff out, and of course it'll be different if you got longer gloves. But it's also beneficial if it's cold outside. So here we go. Let's see this test. So not much difference with our scientific flap test with the inner cuffs coming out. I think that is super cool, and you're going to notice that a little bit more if you're on long highway stints, or especially with colder weather, because it stops that breeze coming up through your jacket right there. Of course, if you got longer gloves, it's a little bit different, but now you don't have to worry about longer gloves. So again, I really love that feature. The one thing you're going to notice again is if you're in a hotter climate during hot weather, that it's not going to let as much airflow come through. But again, as far as flapping, since this is pretty much like a lightweight material that always lets air come through, that flap is always going to be there because air, again, is coming through. Now, I usually run mine, again, being in a hot climate, with these zippers open here, which have that mesh inside there, which just let even more air come through. And it does increase the flapping because it kind of catches in there and then kind of cycles through it. So as far as our flap test, there is a little bit. It's nothing deal-breaking by any means. But again, I think the benefit, again, is that the airflow is constantly flowing through. So as far as the features and functions and value and versatility with this jacket is absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. I know there's one thing some of you are probably asking, well, hey man, that's minimal protection. I don't see any pads in you. You don't got anything on the elbows there and nothing in the back. Again, you got that bladder spot for your water, which you can throw some back protection in there with your water as well if you want. Me personally, and I don't, you know, everyone wants to be the safety police down in the comments, but I don't like wearing pads. Even in my MSR stuff, I took the pads out. I believe in the jacket, I left the back one on, the back protection, but I take out the arms and the shoulders. I just don't like them. They stiffen me up. They're hard to move. If I fall off my bike, again, I think I'm gonna have a lot more to worry about than just my elbows. I'm not gonna go down like this, you know. My recent wreck when I went down the mountain over there, you know, again, I broke my ankle even though I had riding boots on, but I was in a t-shirt, right? So again, that kind of shows you that bit right there. Again, I'm not a pad person. I like a little bit of the abrasion protection, especially if you're riding through the woods, kind of whacking your arms and stuff through trees. That's going to prevent any of those prickers from grabbing you, bugs from biting you or getting stuck on you, or again, you know, tumbling down a hill, preventing that poison ivy, which I got a whole bunch of as well. So again, the jacket is doing everything that I need. And the best part about it is you can get these right now for roughly around 120 to 150 bucks. I'll have the links for these right down in the comments or in the description. Again, Alpinestars did release their newer one, which is around 250 bucks or 300 bucks. So again, getting this around this price, they might be discontinued here shortly. So I recommend you snagging some up right now. I'm probably gonna buy another one, even though I just got this new one. Again, for the value and price that you're getting here, it's such a great buy. I absolutely love it. So I hope this video was able to help you out. Again, hopefully save you some money and get you some decent gear so you're not going out there with a store-bought jacket like I used to, or just a t-shirt, right? Unzip this and you got some pockets, some ventilation and stuff, and just, again, a little bit of protection. Having a nice jacket, that's not going to break the bank. I think you'd be really shocked once you get this thing in hands and start seeing like, wow, man, that was really only that much. But again, anyways, I can ramble on all day long about this jacket. I love it so much, but I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was able to help you out. If it was, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hope to catch you on the next adventure. Bye now.